Hello, Super Bowl champion.
What's up, champ?
How's your Super Bowl championship settled in over the last week? It was a week ago? Yeah, today's Sunday, right?
Yeah, it's been a full week. It's been just one simulation experience after another, I feel like.
Yeah, it was super weird, intense. The Super Bowl Sunday and the day after, like seeing him on Jimmy Kimmel and shit. That's crazy. And then whoever sent the text in the
Yeah.
group chat about meeting Trump, I was like, oh shit, that's right. The White House. It's so funny.
Yeah, I think Kimmel was the icebreaker for me, where up until that point, it was just Mike. Like it was the guy that we know doing something amazing. But then once he was on Kimmel, I was like, holy shit. That's a totally different person. Not necessarily in the way. I mean, I thought he did a really good job on Kimmel, knowing how kind of socially awkward he is. But
Yeah, I didn't watch. My mom said he did great. I
yeah,
didn't,
he was
I
act-
don't know.
he came across really well. But it just seemed like, oh shit, this is different. He's in a button-down shirt. He's on a talk show, and
Yeah.
now he's got to like present him. He's got to be presented to the whole world, like not even football fans or sports fans. It was bizarre. It was really like, holy shit, this is different.
Yeah, it's funny, man. I sent him the last text I sent him before the Super Bowl, maybe a couple of days before, was I said, what did I say? On Sunday, the world will learn who you are, or something like that.
Yeah,
And then he texted me back the day after Kimmel. He's like, said something like, man, you're pretty prophetic, or something like that. So, yeah, I
yeah.
knew that would happen. Like, once the Super Bowl, he wins the Super Bowl, so like, man, he's going to be not necessarily a household name, but kind of. He will be, dude, I genuinely believe he'll be a household name.
Well,
That's,
isn't that what's so crazy about this whole thing is that he's probably the most unknown Super Bowl winning head coach, at least in our lifetime.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you
I don't think
remember
people knew
early?
who he was until like they got the one seed, and they're like, "Wait,
No.
who?"
In listening to like even I don't really listen to anything much but a part of my take now, but that's kind of a good show because they're not like football experts, and to hear their little banter back and forth amongst a bunch of bros, and there's no kind of respect. That almost it was like they're talking like about Vrabel as the better coach almost.
Mhm.
Like I still don't even think these guys quite get it.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
it's pretty wild. I
like
mean,
it's
they
not like a
pay.
Mike McDaniel situation where he's like some sort of ingenious coordinator. He is that plus he has the leadership skill set as well. Like there's a different level. There's like an elite level of coach.
Yeah, but he's just so unknown. I mean, I mean, we know him obviously, but like, I can't even. I mean, I can't even think of. I mean, you think of every Super Bowl winning coach in our lifetime. It's been some sort of like multi-time winner or legendary coach or somebody's been in the they've been around like for a while. Like even like Sean McVay, like him and Tomlin were the two younger guys who've won one. But McVay was like kind of he was very outlandish and kind of gregarious and media friendly. Tomlin same way, right? Like they're both like really big personalities, and so you kind of knew who they were. And the Steelers, obviously, the franchise helped as far as his notoriety early on. But like other than those two, I mean, everybody else been like an old head who's won in the last 30 plus years. So
Yeah.
I can't imagine what it's like for like real football fans, because the part of my take guys are real football fans. They're not experts, but they obviously watch a shitload of football. And I don't even think they knew who he was until like the playoffs started. Like,
No, for
I
real.
mean, which is crazy. I mean, the Seattle thing too, being 3 hours away and or on the West Coast and Pacific Northwest, kind of forgotten, I guess. But yeah, it all kind of tied in. They're like a perfect storm, I think.
Yeah, man. I think he's got. I think this is the first of many. I think he's going to go down as like Belichick level name in the
Like,
commoner's head.
did you see they hired an OC today?
Oh, did they? No.
Yeah, they got Flurry from LA, the Rams. He was their tight ends coach, I think.
Oh, that's cool. Good little insight on the Rams. The Rams were the one team that really gave them consistent trouble all year.
Yeah, but
That's
three
dope.
different OCs in his first 3 years.
I know, right? Who gives a fuck? Dude, it'll just add like credence to his legitimacy next year when they fucking, are right back in the thick of things.
Did you see my tweet that I shared in the group chat from Ernest Jones, where he was talking about
Oh
Mike
yeah,
was the
the
guy
Madden.
drawing up plays on Madden.
Dude, when I see things like that, talk about the simulation. When I see things like that, I'm like, yeah, that's literally what I thought when I was 12. Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? I thought I was good at Madden. And you go to his house and play Madden, you're like, what the fuck? And then, flash forward 25 years later, and his starting inside linebacker is saying basically, kind of the same joke that, we were probably cracked that joke in the lunchroom with like Hunter and Lenny. Like, dude, Mike
Yeah.
creates like we create players. Mike creates his own playbook. Who uses the create a playbook feature on that? We probably made that same
Crazy.
joke. And then flash forward, like a Super Bowl 25 years later, Super Bowl champion. Since that linebacker's making the same jokes, like, whoa, man. Like out of the same
Crazy.
script. It's crazy. And
Um,
what's else kind of wild is when early in the season when we on one of these we were talking about like we were talking college football and we're saying who's the like number one coach in the like the hottest coach, the number one ranked coach basically if you had to power rank the coaches. I think we both agree is Signetti. I always said Dan Lanning too. I think you brought up Dan Lanning. We both,
yeah.
dude. If you had to rank overall, you would say he's number one, Mike.
Best coach in the world.
Yeah, like world rankings coach.
He might be.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, Signetti's 63 years old or whatever.
I know.
He's got a quarter century on Mike.
Yeah, dude. Can you imagine if Mike, like, in the new era of college football, if got it, I think a dude like Mike goes in. If you have a GM that handles all the recruiting and now finances of it all, the front office aspect of it all, have a dude like the schematic advantage that he would provide, a leadership advantage that he would provide in college football. I don't think it would take long. I think you're talking about like 2 years into it, he would be a national champion as well. That would be
Yeah.
sick, bro.
I mean,
That's what he should do. He should go down, man. I gotta start. I gotta get to look into his management company, maybe, and then some consulting advice. It'd be so sick. No one's done that. That's how you go down as the greatest ever. You got to win multiple in NFL and college.
no way. There's just no way.
Yo, bus. There's no
I
way.
mean, he was in Michigan for like 1 year
So
and
much
like couldn't wait
time.
to.
That's so much
Like,
time. Like
kind
college
of losing me
football,
a
like
little bit.
settle it down, become a little less chaotic. Loud. Oh, hold on. What's no more Wi-Fi? I don't know what's up. Can you hear me?
Copy. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got you.
I'm back on. He just got so much time. If college football settles down into like a less chaotic environment, slide him in his
Be a good
sixties.
retirement plan.
And yeah, exactly. Falls
Win
literally.
win 10 Super Bowls, come back to Georgia, win 10 natties,
It will literally
and
follow
then
the
become
Belichick path, but like do it the
and
right
then
way,
become president.
and then become president. Yeah.
uh,
Oh, dude, that
yeah,
would be
man.
sick. Go back to UGA in the
I
'60s.
mean, yeah, dude, it'd be awesome. But yeah, so it's funny. I used to work with this guy at Square. Hadn't seen him in probably 10 years, but he was from Seattle, or he is from Seattle, and big Seahawks fan, obviously. And for whatever reason, I wanted to give him a shout on Super Bowl Sunday morning. I think I texted the group some long-winded poetic thing, but anyway, I texted this guy Luke. I was like, "Hey man, just FYI, my buddy's coaching your team to a win tonight, blah blah blah." And he was like, "Oh, good to hear from you." Like it was totally out of the blue. And then I shared one of the pictures from the yearbook where Mike's got all his like aspirational, like all of his accomplishments, and then like all of his aspirational stuff on it. He's like, "Oh, you actually went to
Uh,
high school with him?" I was like, "Yeah, man." Like that's not a joke. And then he texted me a picture with his kids after they won, and they were like celebrating. I was like, "That's pretty cool." I don't know.
damn.
It's just cool to like tap into that Seahawks kind of
Yeah,
culture for a little bit. Definitely feels a little appropriated, but I don't know.
dude.
It's still pretty
It,
cool.
Dude, I'm such a goober about it for the past fucking 2 years. Anytime I see a Seahawks fan in public, I'm always like, oh, I know him. I know Mike. I know Coach Mike.
uh,
Just a loser. But yeah,
yeah,
man,
no,
fucking incredible.
it's
Um,
better
but
than the Falcons
football,
and Vikings.
I know. What about the weird aspect? I mean, we've talked about it 1,000 times, but the whole Falcons, the fact they interviewed with the Falcons.
What about Darnold, dude?
What is
You had to you had to give up your chances of a Super Bowl winning quarterback so that
I know,
Mike
I
could get
know,
him.
I know. That is a weird aspect of it too. That both of our teams are kind of intimately involved. Because, and
I don't know.
dude,
Do you even
for
root
my,
for the Vikings anymore?
yeah, I still follow the Vikings. You know, it's still in my heart. It's my childhood team. It's like LSU. You know, I still
Hmm.
cheer for LSU. Follow LSU. I follow the Vikings closer than LSU, but man, it's like I've been watching the Vikings for 30 years, and they haven't even been to a Super Bowl. And then the guy I started literally, I started watching the Vikings with Mike. And 30 years later, the Vikings haven't even been to the Super Bowl, and it takes him 2 years to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and he's still your
What the
quarterback to do
fuck? And
it.
took the Vikings quarterback to do it. He's like, yeah, you give me that guy, I'll show you guys how this is done.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I did tell my buddy Luke that that Mike's a way better coach than he is GM because of us being in that fantasy football league. I don't ever recall Mike paying much attention to that.
Uh
Right? Like he didn't really care about fantasy too much. I feel like he was more on the
no, I do think he was pretty into it actually. He did baseball as well.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so him and I managed a fantasy football team in 1997. And we did have like a newspaper. And it was me and Mike in like some 40-year-old guy's basement, literally, with a bunch of like grown men. Like looking back on it, I was like, whoa, dude, were we in like some like weird, like fucking Epstein thing? Like an Epstein offshoot? Like drugs?
Ma-
Like I just like deleted that from my memory.
Maybe. I'll keep
Like,
an eye out in all the leaks.
yeah, keep an eye on fantasy football, basement, Roswell, Great Northern Fulton County, late 90s.
Oh man.
Devouring. Do that. Yeah, anyway. Uh I heard just some random thing. I need to keep looking into this. You remember Talented and Gifted?
Yeah.
Tag?
Oh yeah.
I think there's a conspiracy about the CIA running that.
Oh. Is it a recruiting office operation?
Uh Something like that.
Huh. Thank God I
And
wasn't in it.
I want to look into that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I never got invited.
I was in tag classes with Mike back in the day. I'm like, you know, I'm sure Maria Taylor's in tag classes. Man, do they train these kids like from a young age?
Maybe. It's fucking
Through years
psyop.
of society. It's gonna be intertwined with my Irish coaches conspiracy. All the coaches are Irish. Hey, one
Yeah.
second. Let me I might have to guess splice these two things together. My lady keeps calling and I gotta attend to these things at this moment in our relationship. One second.
All right.
And we're back. Man, I'm like a way better boyfriend or romantic partner than I was in the past, but still I am like not great at this. What is this guy up to? This guy's like a literal burglar. I'm like seeing like a literal burglar. He's like wearing a burglar outfit
Wait,
and
for
sprinting
him?
down the street. Yeah. Like a
Huh.
like a cartoon burglar, like a beanie, all
Like
black.
Hamburglar?
Yes, like Hamburglar, dude. He looks like fucking Hamburglar.
You
Kind
in
of
South Central,
chubby.
bro?
Numb Burbank, but Burbank's a little wacky. Not like unsafe, but oh wacky. Anyway, I've said too many conspiracies on this podcast already, but I swear we're getting chemtrailed hard in Burbank.
Ooh, okay.
I saw a. I've never really been into the whole Kim show conspiracy. It seems to me like it's airplane exhaust or whatever. That's a good enough explanation for me. But dude, we have an airport in Burbank, and yesterday I saw what looked like a fucking rocket launch from like the direction of the airport. This like bright light moving at way faster than a plane, and then it shot out this like chemtrail behind it that wasn't like this normal like straight kind of line like looks like kind of chalk on the sky. It let out this like bubble, this like looked like air bubble vacuum thing that was much more like open and alive. It felt like, and it like expanded out like a bubble being blown out of the back of it, and it was much more look like almost like liquidy but
Hmm.
transparent. And then it kept shooting off, and the bubble kind of like thinned out, but still into like more of like an open cylinder, like a tube almost, like a tube of a bubble, like you were blowing a bubble, but more like smoky inside. And I kept having these like sparks kind of pop up in it, like little like explosions, like little fireworks in the bubble as it's like shooting off in the sky. I'm like, dude, am I fucking seeing this right now? Like 5 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon. Is no one else seeing this? Right next to the public library, like no one else looking in the sky. I filmed it, like the tail end of it, but it took me a while. It took me like 30 seconds, which was like the heart of it, before I uh got my camera out and I filmed the end of it. And then it's just like this light, just this super bright light, never looked like a plane or anything, just like kept shooting off into a distance until I couldn't really see anymore. But then it left like this bright white streak that looked more like painted bubble on the sky. What the fuck was that? And then today,
Well,
I'm coming back from the grocery store, driving in the same area of Burbank, and I see like smoke coming out from like right below Griffith Park. Like, is that like a brush fire like near Griffith Park? But didn't look like that. It looked more like mist almost rising up above. I didn't see any like darkness. It seemed like this like low, like a really low lying cloud of mist. And then I see five fucking like look like bomber jets flying in a V formation, fly over the mist area. This is in the middle of Burbank. And then they like dump out this like smoke. It looked like, you would like you dump on like a wildfire, but it's in the middle of fucking Burbank. Like it's in the middle of
hmm.
fucking right where all the studios are. Maybe they're filming something. Now that I think about
Nice.
it.
We
Dang,
got to
that might have been
we
what
got
it
to the bottom
is.
of it.
I'm like, fuck, what is going on? And maybe the thing yesterday, they were filming something. I don't know. I don't know how it fucking works, but I've seen weird fucking things in the sky just those two things in the past 24 hours. I'm like, what is going on out here?
Well, isn't
Because I'm
that
driving.
like it's obviously related? Isn't that sort of like the great mystery of our lifetime, or not mystery, I guess, but like one of the great, I don't know what the right word is, one of the phenomenons, I guess, of our lifetime, of this generation, is that we so quickly have moved on from the fact that there's like evidence of extraterrestrial life, and we captured, footage of flying spaceships that we can't define or identify. He was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, that's real. Like that's happened. Like it's documented in all those other." And we're just like, "Yeah, like nobody even thinks about it." It's like I thought if you'd told me that when I was 12, we would be like we'd have like some general presenting in front of Congress like this crazy amount of evidence that they've kept secret for generations. That would have been like the world's biggest news story. And it's just like, nah, whatever. It's just a
Yeah,
Tuesday.
man. If something happened recently, have there been some sort of disclosures recently? Because,
No, it was a couple years ago. Like they
oh
had
yeah,
some
yeah, no,
general
no,
in front of
no.
Congress, and it's like, yes, like this is we cannot quantify the speeds and the angles at which these ships are moving.
Oh
Is
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
and all that stuff. And it was just like, oh yeah, whatever, moving on.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
No, no, yeah. I mean, I listen to Rogan religiously, so that's where I get all my information from that from. He's had all those dudes on. I was hoping
okay,
Trump was gonna dive deeper into it. I'm still a year behind, like on the Rogan episodes. I'm listening to it from March 2025. So I'm like, and I don't follow the news actively. I get, from friends. So
sure.
I'm hoping there's gonna be like more disclosures. I know they have more evidence, dude. Some of the dudes that come on Rogan say wild shit. Like we have some dudes are like very matter of fact, like we have biological bodies, we have biological specimens. The
Right.
government has biological specimens. Some dudes say there's like active communities of them living here now, and there's like
I believe
different
it.
race. There's like different races of them, and there's like
I believe
we've
it.
basically given like annexes, like fucking Indian reservations to them in certain areas of the world, and like in the sea potentially. Like fuck,
Interesting.
I don't.
Dude, I'll believe anything these days, but like,
Me
it'd be a
too,
great
man.
strategy. It'd be a great strategy for Trump to pour some of that shit out to just get people off his tail.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Is he still caught up in Epstein shit?
Yeah, it's just like every day is like a constant,
Flow of Epstein?
game of just it's the constant. No, it's just like a constant like game of distraction, right? Like the AG was up in front of Congress last week, just putting on a fucking show, and it's just he's desperate for like anything to distract people from it. Like, what better way than to say that there's a million aliens living in the sea?
Yeah, man. We'll give us some JFK. Let's give us a million aliens and alien community in the fucking sea. Yeah,
That'd be
absolutely.
awesome.
Some
Let's
JFK
go.
shit. Can we get some JFK, MLK assassination truth? And
Oof,
get
that might be
some not a little
that
much?
might be a little too close. I feel like
Whoa,
that
you
would just
think you think JF if they just came forward and like, yeah, the CIA killed JFK, there were multiple shooters, X, Y, and Z, or the same thing with MLK or
I think that I
FK.
mean I think
Do you
that
think
almost
that
kind of
would be
just
more earth shattering than them saying like, yeah, we have actual alien bodies?
no, because I think the CIA assassination plot casts a doubt or casts that destroys I mean, if there is any faith in the government, it destroys all that's left, right? It's like this is all a sham and it has been for 100 years. The alien thing they can almost take as a win and be like, look, we've brokered this deal with an extraterrestrial species to like harvest them or house them on our planet without there being this intergalactic war. Like they can almost like take that as a win, like a PR
Yeah, that's
like
true. You
check.
could.
Whereas if you because Rand Paul was on a podcast this week or last week talking about how the government's always been corrupt, and his line of demarcation was the assassination of JFK. He was like, I mean, that I now in true 2026 form, I didn't actually like listen to the entire episode. I just grabbed that. I just heard that one piece. I was like, oh, that's an interesting point. But um, anyway, I think it'd be really interesting uh, if they just dropped a bunch of shit on us like that. I feel like we're just I feel like we're just like one bad midterm away from
Right.
just all the files being unlocked.
Dude, I would love it, but you're right, man. Like the alien thing could almost you make more of like a COVID case that like you need us. You need us
Right,
to as like this like buffer organizing force
right. Or else the
against the
aliens are going to
aliens.
come out of the sea and kill us
Yeah.
all.
Whereas JFK, MLK, you're like, it disrupts trust. Dude, how about fucking Trump? You're telling me they didn't fucking try to kill Trump too? Just seems like that's what they do when there's like someone that's coming stepping into it's going to be a major disruption to the establishment. I think Trump
what's
represented
the
love him or
what's
hate him, but I think he
the
represents a disrupted establishment. They tried to fucking assassinate him twice.
what's the yeah, I hear you on that. What's the you know this way more than I do, conspiratorial expert over there. But like, what was the thesis or what's the motivation behind the CIA killing JFK?
Oh,
Like,
JFK?
what? Yeah, why would
So
they
there's
want
a
to do
couple of
that?
different. He wanted to disband the CIA. He was like actively working to disband the CIA to like dissolve it as a institution altogether.
Because he wanted to bang Marilyn Monroe.
No, I mean he's
Like,
also banging Marilyn Monroe. That's when you get down weird conspiracies. But also more specifically with regard to the CIA, his assassination occurred right after the Bay of Pigs invasion in Cuba, which
right.
was a CIA covert operation to overthrow Castro. And so that what they did was they had like a bunch of American like paramilitary guys on the coast of Cuba, like ready to take over, but they needed Kennedy to authorize air support, and he didn't do it because he was like, "We're not doing this shit anymore. We're not." If you in best interpretation of Kennedy, he's kind of like he's trying to get rid of the deep state. Basically, he's like, "We're not. This is not." constitutional, like governing the world like this with these like covert operations, these like secret government agencies. We're not doing this shit anymore. And so he didn't provide air support for the Bay of Pigs invasion. A bunch of fucking CIA guys got massacred by Cuba.
Okay. So it's more
So
like
the
retaliation.
yeah, so those guys, they're like most straight line conspiracy theories, like how actually I was like, dude, those were elite covert killers. That's like SEAL Team 6 or whatever, some whatever special forces elite operation. The best of the best would have been involved in this operation to kill or to take over Cuba. Those exact same guys would be the perfect fucking guys to then turn around and assassinate the president. And it doesn't
Right.
take like a giant fucking federal government effort to do that. It's literally just a small band of elite secretive killers who are trained to do this kind of shit. They're literally just trained to kill the world leader, 90 miles across the Caribbean. They just turned around and did it to the guy who fucked him over.
Right. Okay. That seems a little short-sighted than I would have thought. It wasn't some like with Trump, it feels almost like a protection of the future of the country because it's become such a uh you know what is it? I don't know what the term I'm looking for is. He's such a he's his own deity almost. Like there's not even a I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just it feels different than anything we've lived through, I guess. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
I
But
don't
that's
know.
exactly who, like, some sort of deep state or, the establishment, whatever you want to position it, is
Yeah.
would want to get rid of.
Yeah.
And I haven't looked deep into
Uh,
this stuff about the assassinations, but I know there's some weird ass fucking shit with, especially the first one, the first kid who was just like allowed to climb up on a roof directly in front of the guy and
right.
fucking take open shots. And there's like, crowd members and audience members just actively saying there's a dude in the roof with a fucking gun and nothing's happening. It's like
Yeah.
why? It's like the literally the best shot in the house. Why wouldn't you have someone on that roof? And apparently the CIA, the director of Secret Service came out. Who I think was kind of like a DEI lady. Not to like get into that. That maybe I'm speaking out of school on that, but I think she was like type of. I think there was a lot of criticism as well. Came out and like the roof was too sloped. Like, dude, there's Secret
Mhm.
Service special. What do you mean the roof's too sloped? Some fucking teenage kid just almost killed the president from that roof. What do you mean it's too sloped? Like
Yeah.
it's open shot, and then you go to that kid's house, and like his entire apartment had been scrubbed. He had like five different phone. This kid, it was like a dishwasher, and he had like five separate like jailbroken cell phones. He had no silverware. His entire house had been completely like scrubbed down, head to toe. A lot of weird fucking shit going on. So anyway, I don't know how we got down this fucking road, but I believe it. And dude, I think the world is way crazier than we think it is.
Yeah, for sure.
From aliens to fucking covert plots to assassinate presidents. Like if I had to bet my life on both those things, are aliens real and does our government know about them? If I had to bet my life, like gun to my head right now, I would choose yes. And then did
100%.
they kill MLK and RFK and JFK and you know DT or try to kill DT? Yeah, so I would guess on yeah that was concerted government. Or uh, conspiratorial effort. Not that once again, it's like all the Democratic Party knows about this or something. I think it's like these small little rogue elements of the government who see like a
Well, that's a
threat to their existence. Why some sort of revolutionary type candidate coming or individual coming to the fray
okay. So this is
or
on
to the
one hand,
forefront.
I'm very jealous of you for staying out of the current events, especially the Epstein stuff, because I try to avoid it, but I just can't because I'm on Twitter and it knows my lingering history when I'm scrolling, and I just this stuff just slow drips, and it's like you know it's not unrelated that you've got these generations of wealthy old white dudes that got away with murder for years and could do whatever the fuck they wanted because they had so much money and so much power and so much influence. The Epstein stuff being more, scandalous and sexual in nature, but like you can't what you just said, like you can't convince me that that type of power structure doesn't exist across the board. You've got, you know, dozens of people that control, 80% of the world's wealth or whatever, and
Yeah.
they live in a different reality. I mean,
Yeah.
they can do things in a vacuum that they think will never see the light of day. I mean, these are some sloppy guys that, send dumb emails and incriminate themselves, but like who's to say like what somebody who is worth $1 billion in a room with another 8 billionaires like can't figure out like and
Yeah,
can't
man.
control, right? Like that's never ending. Like, I don't know.
Including, in my opinion, almost certainly a global pandemic.
Sure.
I think that whole thing
100%.
was pretty much hatched,
Yeah.
like a plan. That was hatched. That's what it seems like
Yeah.
to me.
And guess what? Like, on a domestic scale, the government and political figures thrive on division and the two-party system, blah, blah, blah. Let all the idiots kind of fight amongst themselves while we're over here doing real shit that we want to do, whether it's Nancy Pelosi, making hundreds of millions of dollars in the stock market or whatever. Like pick your favorite politician that's corrupt and but then on a national scale, right? Like doing something like COVID-19, like but taking understanding at a high level across nations. They're like, hey, if we do this, we can like enforce another. We can extend our reign of power another 12
Mhm.
years or whatever. Like that's 100% on the table.
Yep,
If you're gonna put your fingers in your ears or head in the sand or whatever and just be like, no, there's no way. Like human nature wins or whatever. Like that's I mean, I see it the opposite. I feel like there's no telling what human nature is capable of doing.
dude. Yeah, and yeah, that going on the
You're
Epstein rabbit hole just opened yourself up to that. I think it's important. The
right.
most important thing is when dude, because I mean, you're talking about fucking raping children. Like that's just as bad. I mean, that's as bad as it gets, right?
Yep.
If you're talking about raping children, what do you think? Some of those kids weren't killed?
Yeah.
You're like, kids talk. You're
Yeah.
like, and it's anyway. When you hear that shit's going on, I was like, of course, when they could engineer a fucking global pandemic, it's like child's
Yeah, that's
play.
easy. Yeah. That's just a
What?
Tuesday, man.
Yeah. So I know
Ugh.
going down a weird road, but it's important that more we learn this. I think really kind of like the facade of like government nonsense and this kind of weird unholy alliance between big government and corporations is like I think that facade is coming down in the digital age. And that's kind of
Mm.
always that's been my thinking over the last kind of 10 years that like humanity is this like humanity as a whole mirrors the development of like an individual human and government is like your parents and a baby and a child and a teenager need parents and structure and that kind of like deep guidance along the way
Mhm.
and humanity needed the same thing from like slavery to peasants to kings and queens like monarchies and
Mhm.
then experiments with democracy and then now we've reached this kind of new digital information age where I think it's more like kids graduating high school and moving out of our parents' basement. Like we really don't need this anymore. And in fact, it's become a corrupting force. That's not only limiting our development, like any adult that's still living in their mom's basement, but it's also like now your parents are like, it's like you're going off to work every day and your parents are like, siphoning off your paycheck to do like weird fucking creepy shit with their friends,
Yeah.
at the country club or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
man, you're not like you can't even leave your parents' basement. You're kind of like trapped in your parents' basement, like working for them while they do creepy shit with your money and like start wars with other and like conflicts with other families in the neighborhood. Like, man, I don't think I think I'm supposed to move out a while ago. This is getting weird. Uh, that's kind of how I look at it.
Well, I don't know. That was kind of a pivot, but I don't know. It's
Yeah, go
always funny.
Seahawks though, brother.
Amen. Amen. Mike's the only one who can save us. He can pull us out of this death
Yeah,
spiral
Mike
we're
might
in as humanity.
he might be able to do it. No sports now. It's what baseball season. I got MMA.
Dude, speak
MMA's
for
back
yourself,
on.
bro.
What's happening? Basketball.
Speak for yourself, bro. Olympics right now. Just watch the All-Star game for the NBA. This is the best time of year sports wise.
Here, isn't it like right here in LA?
Yeah, they did it at the Clippers Stadium tonight.
The city's a buzz.
Yeah, I bet.
Maybe that's what I was seeing flying in the air, was some sort of like aerial celebration for the NBA All Star game,
For sure. Yeah,
chemtrail,
definitely. Yeah, dude,
like dosing the city with ecstasy for the All Star game.
this is definitely a dead zone. Although the winter, I do kind of like the Winter Olympics. It's kind of fun to fall asleep to at night watching these replays of goofy
Yeah,
sports.
there's something quaint about the Olympics. I kind of was out, kind of the NFL thing on it. Like, I loved the Olympics when I was a kid. Then I kind of got woke on it. I was like, this bullshit. They're not getting paid.
Me
Who gives a
too.
fuck? This is kind of like some sort of weird distraction. There's all these political fucking things, IOC, da da da. Da. And now I'm back in. Now I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. I
Yeah,
haven't watched any Winter Olympics, but like I intend to, just like in a delayed way. I enjoyed the Summer Olympics last time. It's just I kind of like, I think it's quaint and enjoyable now.
I did the same thing. Real Sports came out with a story back in like 16, I want to say. Maybe it was in Rio or something. And
Yeah.
I basically boycotted those Olympics because of your same thing. And then I was like, eh, what is that going to do? Like,
It's like NFL with, go ahead.
no, I was going to say, like, what is me not watching the Olympics going to do? Like, I'm not going
Yeah.
to solve fucking IOC corruption.
Yeah, it's like the NFL and concussions thing came out. It's like you get a little time. It's like, okay, the cat's out of the bag, right? And we're still doing this. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm back in.
Yep. 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 Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's definitely creepy, and I mean the World Cup's this year, and it's going to be in Atlanta and LA, and
Yeah, same thing with the World Cup, dude. I did the same thing with the World Cup. I kind of skipped, not, yeah, I kind of skipped a little bit. The year that USA didn't qualify, and or the 4 years and the cycle. And then that was, I think that was what preceded that was the big FIFA scandal with, what was it, Seth Blatter.
yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, fuck this fucking creepy fucks. They talk about Epstein guy. That guy was probably mega Epstein guy.
We're talking
That's
about
Blatter.
corruption, right? Like IOC, I mean it's all corrupt, man. Like all these people in power, like sports, politics, whatever. I mean, money corrupts us, dude.
Yeah. That's why I'm currently unemployed.
Yeah, that's smart, dude. Olympics in 28
Just
out in
taking the
LA.
high road. Yeah, 28 in LA. That's gonna be bomb. And then the
Are you
World Cup is
are
this
you gonna qualify
this probably for
for?
and then
Yeah,
my
World Cup's
bad.
in like 4 months.
Yeah, and it's here. I mean, it's in the USA, right?
Yeah, man. You know it. Hunter's gonna take Josh.
Oh, really?
No, I don't know. Probably.
I want to go to a game.
Y'all went to the fucking World Cup in Germany.
Yeah, we sure did. 20 years
That
ago.
what
Wow.
was that? '06.
Yeah, that's 20 years ago.
It's nuts.
That's insane. Kind of
You,
makes
Hunter, and then
sense.
Hunter's dad.
Me, Hunter's dad, and Hunter's cousin, Kevin.
Okay. I still remember that picture of y'all face painted outside the stadium.
Yeah, it was on like page 2 of ESPN.
That was the start of the Centennial sports dominance, I think.
Yeah, that was the start
Yeah.
of Coach Mike's success.
Yeah. You made us all believe we could be famous and successful.
Dude, the Seahawks going to be a dynasty, bro. What's up with, real quick, I got to head back in a second.
Yeah.
What's up with Sam Darnold?
What do you mean?
Did he have a 1 year deal? It was a 2 year deal.
No, no, no. He's coming back.
Did he have a 1 year deal? I swear he had a 1 year deal.
It's not a 1 year deal.
2 year deal? Gotta be a 2 year
Yeah,
deal. The Vikings was a
yeah,
1 year deal.
yeah. I mean, he'll be back. Although Kubiak, I do remember brought him in specifically because he worked with him in the past. So I don't know how it might just be like a 1 year, one more year, and he's gone. Who
All
knows?
right. So,
But yeah, that's it.
my brother, anything else?
No, man, go Hawks! Great season. The repeat starts now. I think Mike said that he wanted to go to practice. He was bummed that like practice wasn't on Monday or Tuesday or something after the Super Bowl. So
Oh,
he's
yeah, I
already
heard
like,
something about that. I think I heard of that on part of my take. I bet he
Yeah,
is,
he's like
man.
already clamoring. He's already clamoring to get back on the field.
Dude, I would love to have a job. Could you imagine having a job where you felt like that and then you're getting paid fucking $10 million a year?
I cannot. No, I cannot imagine.
Have you ever had a job or anything? Like, is there anything I've ever wanted where I can't wait to do it again tomorrow? I like doing jujitsu every day, but even like after like 4 days in a row, I'm like, I don't really want to go tomorrow, but I'm just gonna kind of begrudgingly go.
No. I like waking
And
up.
that's like my recreation. That's like my pure recreation.
I like waking up and I like eating. That's about
Smoking
it.
weed, yeah. I think like drinking caffeine in the morning and like smoking weed later in the
That's
afternoon. Like
your
I
that's
really,
your that's your Mike's coaching an NFL football team.
yeah. I could win the Super Bowl on energy drinks and smoking weed. I can't wait to do it again tomorrow. Seriously, like I cannot fucking wait.
Yeah, dude, I hear you.
Uh,
We're just normies. All right,
yeah.
dude. Good catching up.
Good catching up, brother. We'll
Great
talk soon.
season.
Great season. Go Hawks. We're gonna do it again next year. And go New Hawks and
Later.
March Madness, and we'll check in on upcoming sporting events.
All right.
Goodbye,
Say
little
goodnight to
pup.
Javi.
Good night, Javier.
All right. Later.
Peace, brother. Love you, man.
Love you too.